Back to Queenie Park Midwest Sport Hockey in St. Louis County, Missouri. We're about ready to go with the second half of action in the 2012 finals of the MRDA Championships alongside Val Capone. My name's Muckety Muck, and your score here at halftime. Oh, it's been a fun one. St. Louis Gatekeepers 70, and your mom men's roller derby is 60. Taking a look at halftime scoring, thank you to the folks at Ringster for providing the stats. Magnum PIMP via that 30-point power gem midway through the first period currently leads St. Louis scoring with 39 points. 13 points apiece for both Batwing and Debaucherous Prime, and Shingo Fett rounds out the scoring with 5 points on the other side of the ledger for your mom. Right now, BS Smacker leading the way with 21 points. Frank Not So Hunter with 15. Twinkle Toes with 10. Mulatto Madness with 8. And it is Peter Pan, who had a very productive second half of our first half, has 6 points. Oh,
and
boy.
He was only in 5 jams if my my officially unofficial stats are correct. Now let's take a look back at those numbers, my friend, because really, there's not a lot of standout high-scoring jams, except for when you see the numbers put up by Smacker, BS Smacker, number 21, who coincidentally got his palindrome, or excuse me, number 12, who got 21 points, palindrome right there. And Magnum PIMP, that was the game changer.
Yes.
That was what cracked it wide open, because initially for the first 3 jams, again, according to my officially unofficial stats that I keep, that look like chicken scratch.
Who is to doubt Val Capone is the way I say that.
Everyone, including Val Capone. Look at this chicken scratch. Can you translate? Because I can't even read my own writing. I don't even know what's going on.
A lot prettier
Look, I like
than
this
mine.
box, random. There's like stars everywhere. Tie with an exclamation point. Boy, oh boy, I swear I'm not 6 years old. But, watching this kind of derby does make me feel like so excited. So you got to excuse it. But let's look at those numbers. I mean, not huge scoring gaps there, but that 39-point jam just blew the game wide open. And we got 60 on the board, 60 for your mom, 70 for St. Louis Gatekeepers. 10 points separating these two teams.
I tell you what, this one has been a fun one. We thank you for watching on Derby News Network, and we got all kinds of fans watching the watch parties here this evening. We'll give a few shout-outs as we go along. The fans are really excited in Des Moines, I hear. We'll say hello to them here in just a little bit.
High Life Lounge.
That's right. Second half action getting underway here with Magnum PIMP, who dons the star here for the Gatekeepers matchup against Twinkle Toes here for your mom. 70-60 our score, and it looks like it will be Magnum PIMP as your lead jammer.
But hot on his trail is Twinkle Toes, number 69 in white for your mom's roller derby. Nice takeout by Dirty Larry. Absorbed that hit from Percy Control. 2 of my favorite men's skaters up on each other's business. Let's see how many points were picked up by each team. That is going to be 2 for 2, my friends. 62 on the board for your mom's roller derby, and 72 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers with 29 minutes and 19 seconds left, Muckety.
And if you're just now joining us, here's how your top 6 look so far. Mass Maelstrom, a great story this weekend. They got the 6th place spot. That's up 2 notches from where they started. Puget Sound finished in 5th. It was Magic City in 4th. And the New York Shock Exchange, last year's champions, finishes the weekend in 3rd place. We will soon find out in 29 minutes who hoists the trophy here in the MRDA Championships.
Oh, yes. We got Debaucherous.
And for the first time in a long time, it's kind of quiet. Everybody is really nervous here. Debaucherous Prime out there for St. Louis, but takes a tumble in turn number 1, matched up against Frank Not So Hunter. He's going to be your lead jammer 20 seconds into this jam, 1:15 into this second half of play.
All right, I'm going to be frank with you, Not So Hunter. Again, that name is so incorrect. By the way, to the folks watching in Des Moines, Iowa, we love you. Thank you for tuning in at the High Life Lounge. You're living the high life right now, watching this kind of caliber of roller derby. By the way, when he does get home, I expect each and every one of you to tell him to chip in and get him a new jersey that says Frank Oh-So-Hatra.
That's right. We're going to have a name change before the end of next week concludes here. Looks like our score right now whittled down to 6 now. It is 72-66, 28-10 left here in regulation. So big points picked up here in the first couple of minutes of our second half of play. At the line for St. Louis, it will be Batwing. He dons number 68, and it's BS Smacker for your mom. He is out there jamming for the fellas from Des Moines.
Yeah, number 12 was the leading scorer for your mom's roller derby, but number 68, Batwing, is the jammer in the lead. The crowd erupts. People are basically doing cartwheels in the aisles.
This has been a vocal and physical and jumping crowd here, and they had them pumped up here at halftime. Meanwhile, in the process, check called there against
BS Smacker.
Wow, big infraction there.
Man.
And now it looks like it will be Batwing here on the power jam. Clock showing 1:30 left here in this jam. 27-25 left here in regulation. 5 points picked up here by Batwing. Stretches the lead even further.
And
now here's St. Louis trying to capitalize, and now penalties starting to add up here for your mom.
Penalties are adding up. Unfortunately, Tallerina, going to the penalty box, and the pack is very slow, almost non-existent. Sugar Boots trying to keep Batwing in. Dirty Larry forces him into the infield, dancing up at the top of the back. Wow, that was a beautiful dance right there. Batwing kind of did what we call in Windy City Rollers the creepy octopus, where you suction yourself to your opposition, do a 360 around them, use that momentum from the turn to push yourself off of them. Nice creepy octopus by a fabulous Batwing.
Still two skaters sitting in the box, and a very important power jam here for St. Louis. Clock showing 35 seconds, left here in this jam, this power jam here for St. Louis. 26:30 left here in regulation, all the way through once again here. Coming up with another 5, it's going to be Batwing trying to get some communication
going
here.
Sideways through that 3-wall. That was beautiful. It was BS Smacker. Nice work, my friend. Turning yourself sideways like a little nail file right into that slot. Perfect work. Batwing gets right past Dirty Larry, who was out of play and could not touch him. Gives himself a double fist pump as he calls the jam, spreading that lead just a little bit more. Muckety Muck, 66 on the board for your men's roller derby, and 91 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers.
A 19-point strike there for St. Louis, and this one has been a quick sprint out of the gates here. Our score at the half was a 10-point margin here for St. Louis, but now off of this quick 21-6 run in the first 4 jams of the second half, first 3 jams of the second half, they have stretched out a lead, but it's not a safe lead by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. Not when you're talking about the number 1 seeded, your mom.
Your grandmother's daughter.
Oy vey, I can't even talk. This is what they have done to me. Your mom men's roller derby, the number 1 seed coming into this tournament. They want to leave the number 1 seed going out of it. They have just called a team timeout to kind of cool it down a little bit, which is, a good use of the timeout. And slow things down just a little bit.
Yeah, and it was very effective the last time they did it. When they saw things slip away after a power jam. It was a 30-pointer scored by Magnum PIMP. They calmed things down. They got their game plan back into full alignment there, and they were able to whittle away at a huge margin. So we'll see how they can capitalize once again off of this timeout. 91-66 our score with 25:40 left here in our championship bout. While we're at it, this championship bout is being brought to you by the fine folks at Vanilla Derby. Secondary Vanilla Derby, always striving to exceed your expectations. Now available with our favorite upgraded Italian leather. Vanilla Derby. Also, hey, we want to say hi to Rydell Skates. Design your dream skates with Rydell's exclusive Color Lab custom color program. Find out more by visiting the website roller.rydellskates.com. And, of course, we thank you for watching here on Derby News Network.
We cannot thank you enough.
Yes.
Oh, please.
And you're getting your money's worth. Hey, you're getting this one for free this weekend.
Forget about it.
But I tell you what, with the fine work that Derby News Network does in bringing you this great free action, you can always go down near the bottom of the page and make a donation to make this stuff happen.
Make a contribution to make this happen. It's not so much a donation as it's a contribution. It's like the viewers at home get to contribute to DNN as much as you and I are doing right now, because without them we can't afford to pay for the access to broadcast these games. And thank you so much to each and every one of you over the years that have contributed to making Derby News Network as awesome as I think it is. Perhaps I'm a little biased, but everybody knows, yeah, sure, I work with Derby News Network, but first and foremost, I am a fan of roller derby.
Absolutely.
Which may or may not be a good thing when you're on the mic.
Well, I do a lot of writing for them as well, and it's something I love to invest my time in. I think anybody who loves derby, they'll find numerous ways to get involved, whether you're an SO, you're a bench coach, if you're a volunteer, if you're taking tickets at the door. If you love the sport and the people involved in it, you'll do whatever you can to make the sport happen.
That's what's so great about being a part of Derby News Network, whether it be the viewing parties, like we said at the High Life Lounge in Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes.
Or, just somebody like Vaderella who's halfway around the world and donates 5 hard Australian earned dollars.
Getting back underway with action. 25.5 minutes left here in regulation. The lead is 25 for St. Louis, 91-66. Out in front, it is going to be Mulatto Madness as your lead jammer here for your mom, matched up against Shango Fett. So now off of the timeout and taking a turn in turn number 2, or a spill, I should say. That changes the momentum there as Shango Fett now gets in front of Mulatto Madness, and he's going to have to call this one off. Tough situation there, as he got caught in a slick spot here at Midwest Sport Hockey and couldn't post any points.
Yeah, you know, that is unfortunate, but what is fortunate is that he was able to call the jam before Shango Fat hit the pack. Also, the fact that he did get lead jammer, that's, again, what this game is going to come down to, staying out of the penalty box and controlling the jam. So hopefully your mom can kind of get a couple more lead jammers in a row, because I know the folks in Des Moines would love to see that. But the folks right here in fabulous St. Louis are doing pretty okay with the St. Louis lead right now. 66 on the board for your mom's men's roller derby, and 91 for St. Louis Gatekeepers. Up the inside, it is gonna be lead jammer for Magnum PIMP, number L7.
And Twinkle Toes hot on his tracks here, and it will be a sprint to the pack. As you can see, what a great matchup this has been here. Magnum PIMP trying to find a little bit of outside help here, and I'm taking a big hit there. Sugar Boots plants up on Magnum PIMP, and we'll get the official call. Nope, double fist in the air, so a 0-0 stalemate. Makes the score, or retains it, at 91-66, 24 minutes and counting left here in regulation. Championship bound here of the MRDA 2012 tournament.
We have number 11, Debaucherous Prime, lined up on the inside for the Gatekeepers in their classic gray and green color formation. And number 9, Frank, I think you're so hot-ra.
I'm going to let you say that.
I'm commenting about his skating. Let the record
okay.
show.
I got you.
My heart belongs to the one and only Bruce Willis.
Is that right?
Yes. He is the love of my life. And if he played roller derby, my brain would explode.
And why? I got to pick your brain, Val. Why is that?
Why not? He gives such good face, that Bruno. Anyway, we're not talking about Die Hard until the after party, dudes. Come on. February 14th, the next Die Hard comes out. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. You've given us advance warning, advance notice.
I don't want, in case Frank has an SO back home, I don't want them to think it's because he's a dreamboat, which he is. But it's because he is a dream to watch on skates. Are you kidding me? I've never seen this guy play before, and I am sold. I'm going to be the president of the Frank You Are So Hot-ra in Your Skates fan club. How is that better? That's too long.
That's
a long name. That's a mouthful to say on the mic. Jeez Louise.
That official's timeout was to get a full allocation of points there, and one additional point was offered there to your mom, as we see Debaucherous Prime for St. Louis getting lead jammer. The score right now, 91-67. St. Louis on top. 23.5 minutes left here in regulation. So now with Prime and St. Louis trying to get into the driver's seat here in the second half of play. We're 25 seconds deep into this jam. Now on the straightaways, forced to the outside, looking for a little help. Neil Death Experience, also High Pains Drifter, and a host of others trying to notch up some points, but they won't on this jam. 0-0 stalemate once again.
And nice work by number 7, Seahorses Forever, because he was forcing Debaucherous Prime out long enough that he distracted him so that Frank Not So Hot-ra could get up to the back of the pack, forcing the call. Nice work by Forever.
You see this great crowd here in turn number 3 here at Midwest Sport Hockey. I see the arch rival Roller Girls there. St. Chuck's Derby Chicks also representing. Of course, the B Squad, the Beekeepers here supporting their brothers in Derby.
I love the Beekeepers. They played against the Chicago Bruise Brothers. Just want to give a shout out to any of the Chicago Bruise Brothers that are watching back home. Keep an eye out for them. They will be playing for MRDA in the damn near future, I can only imagine. Batwing
out there for St. Louis. He dons number 68 and the star here against
Mulatto Madness. And number 1 for the Your Mom's Roller Derby from Des Moines, Iowa. Batwing with a whip, but down he goes. Oh, pops right back up. Does get lead jammer, goes to the outside. It looks like Madness is trying to sneak his way up the end. Batwing is dancing at the back of the pack with number 12. Number 50 and number 1369, but Madness got sucked to the back as well. Ooh, what a physical challenge this jam is.
Yeah, it has been fierce, and we're already 40 seconds deep into it. 22 minutes flat left in this one. Oh my.
No. Jammers taken out by their own blockers. Track cut major for Batwing.
Oh my, and here we go. Right now, your mom is down by 24 points, and a huge power jam upcoming here for your mom, but he gets sent in a tumble as well. We're going to pick up the drama to a whole new level.
Unfortunately for Madness, he is not lead jammer. Oh, he's trying to call the jam. He is not lead jammer. Oh my goodness, he takes out number 314, Double XL. Double XL is going to be going to the box for, that's number 6, Sugar Boots going to the box for a back block. Down skaters go left and right. So much chaos, so much madness right now. Zombie Jesus taking out number 1, Mulatto Madness, going back to the back of the pack to release Double XL from being trapped behind the pack. Pointing at him, look at him, number 73. Is that Sugar Tooth, correct?
A Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth, excuse me. I'm just thinking Sugar Boots, Sweet Tooth. If they could have a perfect baby right there. Down goes the jammer once again. Double XL trying to point out where he is. Oh, out of the pack finally is madness. It certainly is madness on this track right now.
I tell you what, the clock right now is showing under 21 minutes, but unfortunately it looks like our jam clock is not showing any time whatsoever, and I'm not sure if anybody knows this. But
I don't know what just happened there. That jam clock stopped running. Then again, the jam clock in the center is always the official jam clock.
Absolutely.
This is to appease us as well as to appease the rule set. But truth be told, the actual jam clock is in the hands of that lady right there who is donning a powder blue, the official blue of MRDA, the Men's Roller Derby Association. So let's not just get too uppity. I got to say that out loud so I myself will calm down.
When the dust had settled, it was a 5-point strike there by your mom. So now the lead only 19 for St. Louis. 91-72. Clock starts up once again. 20:15 left here in regulation of what's been a great bout out there for your mom. It's Twinkle Toes once again matched up against Shingo Fett, and it will be, as we will get the official confirmation, looks like it will be Shingo Fett.
Incorrect. But we both thought the same thing.
Yeah.
But actually, that in fact was Twinkle Toes got out first. He called the jam immediately. We're going to reset. Shingo Fett's like, you know what? I ain't done yet. I'm doing this one more time.
Looks like we have ourselves an official's timeout. Let's tell you the score. It's 91-72. St. Louis on top here with 19:50 left in regulation. Hey, introducing the newest Vanilla Derby products for the 2013 season, the straight jacket and the brass knuckle blackout boots. Brand new look made with, that Italian leather, and now offering half sizes. Whatever you need, Vanilla Derby has you covered. Also want to say hello to Green Monster Roller Sports. Hey, if you're skating on crap, it's not from us. I don't care how many times I say that spot over the weekend. I love saying that commercial there. Whoever wrote that, they deserve it.
I want to high five you.
Yes, absolutely.
Quadzilla, your next sushi is on me. You know what? If you're skating on crap, let Green Monster fix that. You can go on over to greenmonster.com, but don't waste no time on those vowels.
Why should it happen when a mishap happens? Might as well go early on.
Yeah, go now.
Go now.
Go now and tell them that Muckety Muck loves them. Oh, they already know I love them, so tell them that Muckety Muck loves them.
And it's, it's hyperlust too. Love and hyperlust. That's what we call it. The missus, I don't think it's listening, so I think I can get
misses?
Okay. I think I can get away with that one here. Hey, fans, stick around after this championship bout. Full broadcast coverage, or full web coverage, I should say, of the medal ceremonies. We'll also have the designation of the MVP blockers and jammers, and of course, the hoisting of the championship trophy. And yes, you've had a couple of good looks at it here on our DNN broadcast, and it is a sweet trophy over there. 19:45 left here in regulation. 91-72. St. Louis in the lead, and out in front it will be Frank Not-So-Hatra as your lead jammer. Magnum PIMP, though, keeping up pace for pace, stride for stride. It's been a great matchup between these two here, these two talented skaters.
Look at this beautiful wall being built up by the Inquadable Hulk, Zombie Jesus, and Sweet Tooth himself. But Sugar Boots got right past him, did the creepy octopus around him. Let's see how many points were picked up. 0 points for the Gatekeepers, but 2 points for your mom as Frank Not-So-Hatra is doing a Frank Fista-Pumpa. The crowd is pissed off.
Yes,
I'm going to say that.
That is an understatement, and they are wound up here at Midwest Sport Hockey. 19:05 and counting left here in regulation. 91 is what the St. Louis Gatekeepers, the number 2 seed, currently stands in, and the top seed, your mom men's derby out of Des Moines, Iowa, right now with 74 points. So 17 points the lead for the Gatekeepers.
Twinkle Toes up against Batwing out on the floor, 68 versus 69. Batwing is dancing up at the top of the pack with Seahorses Forever. And number 3 up there as well. I'm sorry, that's Peter Pan. He's taking flight at the top of the pack. Twinkle Toes trying to fight at the back. Oh, this is getting so intense. Down goes Peter Pan, but lead jammer is going to go to Batwing.
It's his second lead jam of this contest. He scored 19 last time out via the power jam. More penalties being assessed here. Seahorses Forever is going to have to go off as well. Now with Batwing here.
A very crucial point I just want to point out is that Twinkle Toes lost his toe stop. Couldn't quite recover because he was so used to skating with them. Had a little bit of Bambi legs on the track, but now he's up and okay. No worries, no injury. It was just his toe stop. Big hit by Jukebox Hero, taking out number 50, Talarina. Woof.
Yes. Very intense here. 4 points notched up there by St. Louis. Extends the lead now to 21 points. We got a blackjack. It is an ace of the king out there. 95-74, under 18 minutes left to go here.
They're the aces and you're the king in this game, my friend. It is such a pleasure to work with you, Muckety Muck.
I do appreciate it. And what's been so great for me, hey, full disclaimer, call for the arch rival roller girls of the WFTDA. I've enjoyed this action this weekend from the MRDA, and I was a fan beforehand, and I'm definitely impressed with the action I've seen here this weekend. And another big hit, and it's going to be Mulatto Madness as your lead jammer here for your mom.
Hang on a second, I got to get excited. Look what just happened. We got a track cut for Shango Fett. Shango Fett to the penalty box. Perfect timing. Beautiful call by Mulatto Madness. Freeze that power jam. Reset. Put one of those killer lineups out there that your mom is known for. Very exciting. Not only that, but 3 more points were picked up. Oy vey.
Yes, in the process, 18 now the lead for St. Louis, but they're seeing it slip away as Shango Fett now sits in the penalty box. He is joined by Debatras Prime, so it is going to be a big advantage here for your mom, and they are going to step up to the line.
Yeah,
Frank Not So Hatra, and we've said his name early, often, and quite a lot in this contest here. So 16:40 left here in regulation. The power jam now here for your mom, and it's Frank Not So Hatra as your lead jammer.
Sorry about that. I just fist pumped because I'm so excited about Awesome Roller Derby. I almost decked my coworker in the face.
I was going to say,
Sorry,
I will see
friend.
stars before the end of the night. I
yeah,
have a
I'm
feeling.
seeing a star right there on the side of his helmet. That is a jam star worn by Frank Not So Hatra, trying to get past. Near death experience. What a brilliant blocker he is, but he could not stop Frank Not So Hatra. Frank picking up 5 points, closing that gap even just a little bit more. So back to the track now is Seahorses Forever going to be returning to the melee out there. Frank Not So Hatra gets past all 3 of the blockers of the Gatekeepers. Let's see how many points he picked up on that last pass, Muckety.
And it looks like as this jam winds down, under 10 seconds left to go, and that was another 5-point pass there for Frank Not So Hatra. So now the lead only 8 points at 95-87, and we have reached 105 left in this jam.
Oh, and back out onto the track now is Shango Fett eyeing up, sizing up Seahorses Forever. Seahorses Forever is basically suction cup to him, but he does peel off. Dirty Larry and number 3, Peter Pan, forcing out Shango Fett. Shango Fett riding the back of Seahorses Forever. Frank Not So Hatra, is he gonna get through the pack one more time? No, he is stuck on the pack by Debatras Prime, who is killing it as a blocker and a jammer today.
And we've got a 3-point bout, 95-92, as we have more whistles going up. And in front, it will be Frank Not So Hatra. And it looks like we might, and we will get official confirmation.
Yes,
but we do have a lead change.
It's 95 for St. Louis, 97 for your mom. He's going to hit the back of the pack one more time, and he is in control of the jam. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget he can widen that gap just a little bit more. Tries to get past.
15 seconds left here in this very explosive jam here for your mom, and he will get on through. He'll call it off. Huge momentum shift here for your mom, and when it's all said and done, unofficially it looks like we will at least, well, of course, we do have a lead change, but that was a 29-point jam there for Frank Not So Hatra. Your lead right now goes back to the top seed, 101 for your mom. It is the St. Louis Gatekeepers with 95, 14.5 minutes left here in regulation, and turn 3 silent. Very silent here in St. Louis.
We got to point out that turn 3 is where the huge mass mob of St. Louis Gatekeeper fans is. This is the kind of stuff that when you're a wee lass and you dream of roller derby, this is what you dream. Is this game right here, ladies and gentlemen. We have BS Smacker facing off against, oh no, not good for the folks in Iowa. Not only is lead jammer the fabulous PIMP Magnum, but the jammer for your mom, BS Smacker, was sent to the sin bin for a track cut major.
Gatekeepers down by 6. Now the power jam here for Magnum PIMP. Gets on the straightaway throw for 5 points here. And this one is oh so close. Now the lead. Only 1 here for your mom. Clock showing 140 left here, or 120 left in the jam. And this is a huge power jam here for St. Louis. And another lead change here as Magnum PIMP will not jump another 5. We flip-flop the scoreboard the other way. It's 105-101. 110 left to go here in this jam. 13.5 minutes left to go. And another 5 there for Magnum PIMP. This one has been a Donnybrook and a 15-point power jam so far for the co-captain from St. Louis. Whoa, big collision on the straightaway. Back block called against Magnum PIMP.
He's going to the penalty box for a back block major.
So now the complexion, and we see the pace slow down. Updating you on our score, 110.
What's brilliant, I'm sorry, Muckety, I'm sorry for tripping on your words, my love.
That's all right.
But what's brilliant is that right as PIMP went to the sin bin was when BS Smacker was released. So if he can stay on the track, Pimp is going to be in the box for a full minute.
25 seconds left in this jam. 3 blockers out there for St. Louis getting through. 4-5 points. It will be
4-point game. 4-point game right now.
110 to 106. 12.5 minutes with 15 seconds left here in this jam. An explosive jam, a dramatic jam here in Midwest Sports Hockey. Throw on the way through. And B.S. Mack with 5 seconds left here in this jam. 5 seconds left and counting.
And that's a lead change, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you scoring along at home, that is a lead change. And yes, I do believe I just died and went to Derby heaven. This game is so damn exciting. We had 2 lead changes in 1 jam.
Stay with us, Val. We've got 12 minutes left to go.
I can't. I can't.
This has been a fun one, and we are enjoying the action. A 1-point bout here right now. The clock showing 12 minutes left here in regulation. At the line for St. Louis, Magnum PIMP, I should say, still sitting on the bench, still serving the penalty, the back block major that he was assessed. A 1-point advantage. Lone jammer out there, Peter Pan for your mom, of course, out in front as your lead jammer. Giving close watch now, Magnum PIMP back into play. 1-point lead for your mom, looking to extend. Magnum through the back, trying to make things happen. Now here comes Peter Pan for your mom. A full complement of blockers in front for St. Louis, and he will call off the jam, that Peter Pan, and he will get, looks like, we'll get the official tally here. It looks like at least 3, if not 4, and yes, it looks like it is a 4-point jam there for Peter Pan. Extends the lead now to 115 to 110, 11-12 left here in regulation.
And I gotta say, this is, again, we keep reiterating, this is why lead jammer is so dang crucial in every game, but especially at this point in the game. We've seen several lead changes in this game, 2 in 1 jam for crying out sideways. We got 110 on the board for St. Louis, 115, slim lead, but a lead nonetheless. We got number 12 out there, B.S. Smacker for your mom. And we have the legendary in St. Louis and hopefully worldwide, because I love this man and his skating so much, Batwing.
And this bout is becoming legendary. What a great capper here to Gateway to the best. Jam clock showing 140 left here, and look out, it will be Batwing as your lead jammer for St. Louis. They're down by 5. 135 left here in the jam, 10:30 left here in regulation.
And 10 feet behind Batwing is B.S. Smacker. Looks like he's going to try to take him on, and Batwing is going to have to call it. Nice work by B.S. Smacker for forcing that call. I don't even mind you're a Packer fan, sir, and you might be the only person in the world I'll say that about.
Absolutely. Use Ringster to record and publish roller derby statistics in real time. We thank you for their cooperation to help this weekend. To learn more, visit ringster.com. Got to ask the folks from UMSL, you having fun this weekend?
Are you guys having fun?
Wasn't this a heck of a senior project? Is it a senior project?
He's shaking his head at me.
If you have to construct an essay later on, what did I do over the weekend? I think you got an A on this one.
Yeah,
or did you just pop in the video?
I'm going to go with an A++, actually.
Back to action we go. 9:45 left in regulation. The lead is 5 for your mom. 115 to 110 out there. Frank Natsahatra for your mom. And it's going to be Debatra's Prime here for St. Louis.
Prime gets past number 50. Oh, my gosh. Talarina had to let him go. Lead jammer in the favor of the St. Louis Gatekeepers once again.
And for Debatra's Prime, his first lead jam here of the second half. Not a lot of jams all together here for St. Louis in the second half of play, and we only got 9:20 left here in regulation. So now Debatra's Prime with the Gatekeepers down by 5 points. Big collection.
Down by 5 points, but the whole pack goes down.
And when Double XL falls, people know it. And we have ourselves a tied game here with Debatra's Prime notching up 5. So now we are at a stalemate. 115 left to go here in this jam. 9 minutes left here to go here in regulation, and this is a Jim Dandy. Debatra's Prime now in his second scoring cast. In around turn number 3 with 1 blocker to beat. These are not going to be easy points, but on the straightaway, there's Debatra's Prime and calls it off.
Calls it. Brilliant execution of calling the jam by Debatra's Prime.
Oh my.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just started shaking. I got so nervous. The referee was signaling a track cut, but it turned out he only got 4 points. That's what he was indicating. Thank you for good officiating, BT Dubs. Oh, a lead change again. I need to take a drink. By that, I do mean some smart water. I'm about to pass out.
4 points the lead, and actually now we are going to get ourselves an assessment of the points, and now it is only an additional 3 scored there by by Debatra's Prime. So the lead right now at 3 points, 118 to 115, 8 minutes, 10 seconds counting here in our championship bout of Gateway to the best. It's going to be Magnum PIMP donning the star for St. Louis, matched up against Mulatto Madness. And these two have had great battles all throughout this battle. I mean, you can see them right off the get-go, just battling against each other. Two blockers out there for St. Louis, and it looks like...
back block major on white number 1. Madness shaking his head, saying no, shaking that off, heading right to the box. Lead jammer is L7. No square in my eyes, but the co-captain, PIMP, is lead jammer. And
a one-blocker advantage here for St. Louis to boot. 118, 115 to score. St. Louis on top, 7:35 left here in regulation. An important power jam here for the Gatekeepers. Magnum, PIMP through for 5.
Woo! Widening this gap even more so. Pack is at a dead standstill as Magnum PIMP approaches it. Down goes BS Smacker. No call made there. No harm, no foul, says the referees. No Pack, Pack is here, says Mr. Rock. Number 50, that is Talarina, tries to take out Magnum PIMP. He cannot be stopped.
Another 5 here for St. Louis with 50 seconds left in the jam. 7 minutes altogether here in this bout. The lead now up to a maker's dozen, 128 to 115. And this one is going to be a crucial jam here for St. Louis if they can post a few more points off of this power jam.
Dirty Larry with a shoulder lean into Magnum PIMP, forcing him in the infield. But now they're going to be forced to let him go. Down goes Talarina. No call on it because they were out of play. And the jam is going to be called. He only picked up 4 because, again, thank you to Ogre. I don't know what league you're from, but I want to shake their hand and say thank you for training you right, sir. Explaining to the jammers, the fans, everyone. Only 4. That was a track cut. That is brilliant officiating. Thank you, sir. I owe you a high 5.
13-point tally there by Magnum PIMP. An important jam there for St. Louis. Extends the lead to 132 to 115. 6:20 and counting left here in the championship bout of Gateway to the Mast. At the line for St. Louis, it's Shango Fett. And we are going to have ourselves, looks like, a little start of play here.
A mini little power jam there.
Yes,
Not
absolutely.
quite a power jam.
So back underway with Mulatto Madness fresh from the box here. That last jam hurt the folks from Des Moines, but they still have a lot of grit and determination.
They recover quickly, my friend. Down goes Shango Fett. Wow, Twinkle Toes almost took out the photographers on the other side. Out of the pack first with lead jammer is your white jammer, Mulatto Madness number 1. But Shango Fett is hot on his trail. Jukebox Hero going to the box, being out of play. Two blockers in the box for your mom. And the jammers are at the back of the pack. Perfect call by Mulatto Madness. Wasn't in time. And I'm going to say yes, in fact, it was. 0 points. Wait a minute. Correction there. 0 points for your mom. And 3 points given for St. Louis.
Well, we saw Mr. Pink almost do a dead full sprint out into the middle of the track there to get with the zebras and say, hey, I want to contest this. So right now, as our score stands, it's the St. Louis Gatekeepers 135, your mom men's roller derby 115. 5:20 left to go here in regulation. You see these great fans. They've had a treat here all weekend long with Gateway to the Best. So, got ourselves an officials timeout. Of course, we ask you, and we love to hear from you, over at hashtag AskMRDA. Also, go chat down below, and we thank the folks that have been watching and commenting this weekend here on Derby News Network. It has been a fun one. So
man.
Yep.
We got Ken Evil, the DJ of the weekend, also a St. Louis Gatekeeper, rocking the St. Louis flag. And as a Chicagoan, I sure do love a city that takes pride in its own city. Nice work there, Ken Evil. Also, excellent work with the DJing all weekend. I got to say, he kept this party rocking. He even played the chicken dance.
Absolutely. We have no boundaries here this weekend in St. Louis. And just like you'll find the great musical selections at KDHX 88.1 FM to hear real DJs playing music you won't hear anywhere else. You can stream it all online as well at kdhx.org. 88.1 KDHX independent music plays here. So the official timeout is reaching its conclusion right now. We're going to hold steady with our score being St. Louis 135, your mom's men's roller derby 115. Clock showing 5:10 left to go here in regulation. At the line, it's going to be Batwing for St. Louis, matched up against Peter Pan of your mom.
And we just want to say thank you to so much for all the fans that are viewing at home, for all your input. We really, really appreciate it. Much love to some of my Derby brothers and sisters out there, like Ophelia Mellons, who skates for Rat City in Seattle, tuning in, enjoying the broadcast. Thank you so much, Mellons. We love you so. Back to the action on the track. Looks like number 3, Peter Pan, is flying past the blockers. Gets out first for lead jammer.
The deficit right now at 20 points. Clock showing 4:50 left here in regulation. Huge jam, but there is Badwinger right close, step for step, right behind him. So things slowing down.
Now, I do realize what he's attempting to do. It's called eating the baby. It's when you slow things down a bit, kind of take jammer on jammer action. But it looks like now he's saying, Batwing is saying, boy, this is boring. But I think what he's actually doing is trying to release all 3 blockers from the box. He's going to need a little bit of assistance to get through that pack. Look at that pack of the Gatekeepers. Zombie Jesus, Double XL, and Percy Control.
They have been impressive all weekend long. This jam has 110 left in it, 420. Stop snickering, folks. Left here in regulation. 20 points still in the lead here for the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Yes, that wall has been solid, as we said. Percy Control, Double XL, Zombie Jesus. It's been a team effort here this weekend for the Rollers from the Gateway City. As the jam now reaches to the 53-second mark. 4 minutes flat left here in regulation. Lead remains at 20 points here for the St. Louis Gatekeepers. Well, you can imagine the next couple of minutes are going to be explosive here at Midwest Sport Hockey. We're building up the drama, ladies and gentlemen. 35 seconds left to go here in this jam. 135, 115, the second seed right now leading the top seed.
And while it may be questionable as to why the jammer for your mom is slowing things down so much that they're just roller skating, the Batwing is having a lot of fun with this. But what they don't realize is that he's trying to vacate the box. He's trying to clear out the penalty box because every single your mom, look at, you can see that Sugar Boots is counting down the time. Now he's saying it's time to go. Peter Pan is going to turn on the burn now. All he's got to do is pick up a couple, call it, because he does have lead jammer. Every single your mom had 3, I think is what happened, because each of the blockers were in the box at least once. 0 points picked up by Batwing and St. Louis Gatekeepers. 2 points picked up by Peter Pan and your mom.
That killed
3 points left.
That killed a lot of clock time, though. We are under 3 minutes left.
That's a dangerous risk right there, my friend. That's relying heavily on hoping that the St. Louis Gatekeepers penalties will catch up with them.
And it shows.
More specifically, a power jam situation.
Absolutely, and so much can happen in such a short amount of time. 2:40 and counting left here in the championship bout of the MRDA 2012 tournament. St. Louis with an 18-point advantage. 135 to 117. They send out to Botras Prime with the star. It's Peter Pan for your mom.
Incorrect. I apologize. It is my new favorite friend, Frank Osohatra.
Oh my goodness! I am so sorry about that.
It's all right. You were blinded by the light. I get it. Big wall set up in the back of the pack. Look at this right here. Oh, beautiful. Nat King Kill and Kurt Mangle, Near Death Experience. Are you kidding me with that threesome right there?
High Pains Drifter also out there as well.
High Pains anchoring that inside line, being a beautiful. Oh, the entire pack was down. Who is going to get the call? Who is going to get the call? Is it the dreams that the fans from Iowa were hoping for? Yes, it is. DeBatras Pine to the box for a back block major. Lead jammer right here goes to Franco Sohatra.
Under 2 minutes left here in regulation. 1:15 left in the jam clock, and a power jam now here for your mom. They're down by 18 points. Huge drama building here, and now it's
my goodness.
Frank Sohatra collecting up 5. Now that whittles the lead down even further. It's only a 13-point lead. 55 seconds left here in regulation. A minute and a half left here to go on the period clock.
Whoa, this is so nerve-wracking. 2 pack separation. No pack is called. They're going to have to let him go. 5 more points, I believe, are picked up. Yes, sir, indeed.
Now the jam clock showing 39 seconds left to go. 22 seconds in the power jam here for your mom. 1:10 and counting left here in the second period.
High Pains Drifter doing a great job of being a magnet on the front side of Frank Sohatra, but good peeling off by B.S. Smacker. Wow, we have 7 seconds left on the power jam. We have about 30 seconds left in this jam. The jam finally gets called. Holy shnikes, I gotta say it again, Melons, I'm sorry. 127 on the board for your mom. 135 for St. Louis. Correction, 131 to 135. This is a 4-point game. We have 47 seconds on the clock, Muckety.
And a timeout, and I'm glad this timeout's taken. We got to recollect ourselves.
I'm looking at you like, please save my life now.
I'm going to say, my pant leg, I think you're ripping off the seams here.
Sorry. I keep pounding on the table, and, people are, call me a homer. I really don't give a crap, because this is damn exciting roller derby. And you know what? I'm not cheering for one team over the other. I'm cheering for all of us that get to watch this phenomenal sport. I really cannot stress enough. Look at this beauty that we see in front of us.
Great crowd. You see it at home on Derby News Network. We thank you so much for joining us in a whale of a bout, and what a way to conclude the 2012 season. Let's set the table for you. 135 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, 131 for your mom's men's derby. 47 seconds left to go here in regulation. So now you start to play a little bit of strategy.
This is going to be crucial. Currently, number 24, one of my personal favorite skaters, Nat King Kill, sitting in the penalty box for the Gatekeeper. Let's look at the pack that your mom is sending out. Peter Pan is holding the Jam Star. Sugar Boots, Seahorses Forever, Dirty Larry, and B.S. Smacker is talking to them, but he will not be in on this jam, and Twinkle Toes.
Wow. Conversely, for St. Louis, they're going to send out their Neil Death Experience, Percy Control. Also Double XL and Donning the Star, it's going to be Magnum PIMP.
Dirty Larry goes back to the bench. Twinkle Toes stays out on the track. This is insanity. People are pounding on the glass. I love this sport. Thank you so much, the Men's Roller Derby Association, for getting Men's Derby together to make this moment happen. Thank you so very much from the very bottom of my skates.
We are going to continue this officials timeout as we know that things might get a little bit wacky here at the very end of this contest. They're just reminding the fans, please stay off the track until we have an official final in this one, because you don't want a mad rush of folks breaking things up when the game hasn't been completely called. You see in the middle there, or actually off to our left, you see the fans from St. Louis right now, but there's a big discussion going on between the bench coaches there of both your mom and St. Louis.
And they're talking to Sugar Boots right now, making sure everything's on the up and up. Again, much love to the officials for making this such a fantastic, legitimate sport, and Ringster for assisting them in doing so. Mr. Rock, you know I love you, sir. But thank you to you and your crew for doing damn fine jobs.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a big one here. 135 for the St. Louis Gatekeepers, 131 for your mom men's derby. 47 seconds left here in regulation. So it's Magnum PIMP for the St. Louis Gatekeepers. It's Frank Natsahatra for your mom. And you can see a little bit of strategy being implemented by both jammers. And looks like we are getting underway as the clock starts up once again. We've reached the 40-second mark. Magnum PIMP, Frank Natsahatra, both jammers taking their time. Nobody wants to make a mistake here. They get around turn number one. Nobody with the advantage yet. Clock now showing 30 seconds left in regulation. Both teams taking their time, picking their spots, trying to get through. Magnum PIMP tries to burst on through. Frank Natsahatra got a step, and he'll get in front.
Jammer.
4 points to lead. 20 seconds left to go here in regulation. 1:30 left in the jam clock. Here comes a scoring pass here for Frank Natsahatra. A lot of whistles being called here as it will be Percy Control sent off.
Going to the box, so instant. Oh my God, so is Magnum PIMP.
Power jam here for Frank Natsahatra. He's going to get into the front of the pack. He scores 5, and he will call off the jam.
Oh my God.
And this one looks like we're going to wait for the. Yep, we are going to have to wait.
Holy shnikes. Okay, so like when that official timeout was happening, all I could think of was a beautiful championship in the WFTDA between Ole and Rocky Mountain, and the brilliant feeling in that room that day of that 1-point win. And in my brain, I didn't want to jinx it, but I was like, this is how that feels. This is that kind of magic.
To let the folks, yep.
I can't even wait to get the official thumbs up because this is freaking me out.
Well, right now our score stands at 136 to 135. We're all goose eggs across the board here.
There is no time on the clock.
We will wait official confirmation, folks. Very tense, very nervous, giving close watch.
We have to make sure the scoring was correct. I just don't.
Well, we are waiting with bated breath, as are the folks in Des Moines.
I'm freaking out. I'm shaking.
And
Look at I'm shaking.
In the Derby universe, a 1-point lead right now for your mom. No time left on the clock. We're waiting for official confirmation.
Okay, Seahorses Forever is coming over for some tape.
Thank
you for the game. Look at this. Look at what you guys have done to me. Thank you, sir. He just said, I hope I don't have to go back out there. And he's taping up his elbow pads right now.
Well, As we started this jam, it was a 4-point lead for St. Louis. Your mom was able to gain the advantage with the power jam. We think, but we're not sure, that potentially 5 points were notched up, and it looks like that might be the official final.
The official final.
Your final here at Gateway to the Best. Your mom, the top seed here in this 2012 tournament, will win this championship by 1 point. Your unofficial final, your mom 136, St. Louis 135.
If this doesn't prove to the naysayers out there that men's derby isn't a phenomenal thing to be a part of, I don't know what will. You know what? Screw them. Let's have this party and enjoy it ourselves, okay?
This was a classic, Val Capone. I mean, we talked about so much drama, so much intensity on this one. Back and forth dramatics. Great efforts by both squads here. They both have nothing to be ashamed of this weekend.
Not at all. Your mom is phenomenal. St. Louis is phenomenal. Each and every league that made it out here muckety-muck. You are phenomenal.
Oh, thank you, my love. I mean, this was an incredible weekend of derby action, and your mom really came in guns a-blazing. And I'll tell you what, they got it back together. When they were down by 30 points midway through the first half of play, they got reorganized. They decided to go back to what was working effectively for them, and they made things come back into their favor. And you see a very packed track. Everybody deserves high fives on this one.
Looks like he's going to pass out.
There's a lot of people.
Fathers, he looks like he's going to pass out. He's sitting up here with us, and he and I are both barely able to breathe right now. This is so beautiful.
Fans, stay with us. We have the trophy presentation, the medals presentations for both, or I should say for first, second, and third place, and of course the awards for MVP, jammer, and blocker. And that's going to be a tough one to call. I mean, there was so much great individual efforts, great team efforts.
I'm going to give you the MVP jammer, Muckety.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm going to give Justice the MVP blocker.
All righty.
And I'm going to give our awesome production crew MVP of the world.
They were fantastic this weekend, and we give you a big hearty thanks as well for joining us here on Derby News Network. Fans are still talking to us, and talk to us at hashtag AskMRDA. Let us know what you think about this incredible bout.
Yes,
one
do.
for the ages. This was, hey, if you're a Derby fan, you weren't disappointed.
No,
if you're
not
a Derby fan after this one, you became one. You became one after this.
You were neither disappointed. Hopefully you are now converted. Thank you so much to Bob Noxious for being phenomenal and setting up this excellent tag team. Oh, yeah, he just said, I wish I could have put you guys on a better call.
Thanks, Bob.
You, my friend, are wasted.
136 to 135. Congratulations to your mom's men's derby, who are the 2012 MRDA champions.
Now, while we're waiting for the setup of the awards ceremony, you know, of course, we are going to throw it to the house call.
Yep.
But until that happens, we're going to ramble just a little bit, I think.
That's fine.
We got to thank all of our sponsors just one more time. You know, you guys and dolls at home, while we do appreciate you making financial contributions to DNN, nothing makes us happier than when you contribute to our sponsors and tell them, I heard of your ad on DNN because Val wouldn't shut up and Muckety was brilliant. Thank you for supporting DNN. Let me support you. You know, get another set of toe stops. Never going to hurt you.
Absolutely. And we love the fact that you patronize these sponsors. Let them know that you appreciate the fact that they make this coverage happen here in the postseason. This is not easy to do, ladies and gentlemen. And we thank the folks here at Midwest Sport Hockey, of course, the fine, hard-working league of the St. Louis Gatekeepers for putting on a fantastic event all this weekend. Screech Around gets so much credit. He decided to take himself out of the charter lineup to
he did, and that's not an easy decision to do, to be so selfless, to give it up for your team, your league, your sport, to say, you know what, this is an opportunity of a lifetime to play in this bout, but it's even more important to make sure this bout is done correctly.
And of course, we thank the MRDA for putting on such great derby action. And yes, if this is an indicator of how this future sport is going to blossom,
oh my goodness.
Wow.
You know what, MRDA, I got nothing but LOVE for you, my friends.
Absolutely. Well,
each and every guy that plays men's roller derby out there, you know, thank you so much for working so hard to make this sport as excellent as it is. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard to get the support sometimes, but you have it here from us. You have it here from the viewers at home. And I can't wait till I get to do a broadcast for MRDA again, and I don't have to say, please respect men's roller derby, because people damn well better after this game, after this whole weekend. I mean, let's talk about all the teams that came out here.
Right.
Like the Dallas Deception, the Portland, the Bridgetown Menace from Portland men's roller derby, Puget Sound Outcasts, Magic City Misfits, Mass Maelstrom.
What
Those dudes were amazing.
They were awesome all weekend long.
New York Shock Exchange, I can't say enough how much I love and respect each and every one of you guys.
All righty, 1 point victory for the championships for your mom. Let's send it down trackside with Star Spangled Hammer. He's going to lead us on in this trophy presentation.
Goes to Magic City's Jeremy Streak Strecker. Okay. And our MVP blocker from New York, Abe Drinkin. Each of our MVPs of the weekend will receive a Radar skate bag that has wheels, a t-shirt, and a $25 gift certificate, courtesy of Wicked Skatewear. And now I would like to introduce the president of the MRDA. I would now like to introduce the president of the MRDA, Mr. Eric Bernard.
We'll give these folks a second to cheer a little bit. If I could get everyone for a second.